We go past the pool, and it's like this other like area, and it has another elevator. Why the elevator look shiesty? Elevator look broke down, run down. Someone said the elevator looked like separate. So I was like, we were both like, okay. Okay. I've like never really vlogged with this camera out in public before, so like I don't know why, but I'm kind of nervous to do this. I literally have like the whole mic set up and everything. Like that's crazy. I feel like on Instagram and TikTok we see a lot about like the influencer side of Miami or like the super aesthetic side of Miami, but we never see like the super messy version of like how we got there, what it's like to actually be there. I feel like it's all glitz and glam. And as somebody who's been to Miami like so many times, I feel like I have a little bit of expertise to like take you behind the scenes of what it's like to go to Miami as a nano influencer who paid for the trip all by herself, plus my boyfriend, and like what you can actually do, what the actual vibes are there, like unfiltered, 100% honest, 100% true. Firstly, I want to start off by saying we don't really have an itinerary for the trip. So what we did do is we just kind of made a list of all the things that we want to do while we're in Miami. We're just kind of like figure out when we're going to do those things. And I feel like that's pretty real. Like, unless you're like a type A girl, because I'm not, I don't really go and want like a super strict itinerary. I tried that once. That was not a good trip. So we just kind of make lists of things to do. Today, I think that after we land, we're going to go to the hotel. We're going to go to the Miami F1 Fan Fest. The problem with that is it's supposed to rain. I don't know. We might just go back to the hotel and take a freaking nap because I've been up for almost 24 hours. So, just got to Miami. It's so crazy because when I pulled up to the hotel, I saw a G-Wagon in front and the Lamborghini right next to it. Yeah, we made it, but that plane ride was bumpy. Like, hello? It's because it's like rainy and gray and just super humid in Miami right now. Like, it's crazy humid. It feels good to be here because, like, bruh, the journey to get here, as you kind of know, has been insane. I'm like running on maybe like 2 hours of sleep now because I slept on the plane. I slept for a good amount of time on the plane. Like I was knocked, but like I only slept from 6 to I want to say 8 because we landed at like 8:30. I hope that from here it'll be like smooth sailing. There won't be a bunch of chaos, but I'm still gonna give you the real deal on like being in Miami, non-influencer, just regular person with money, and show you guys what that's like. So yeah. Good mythical morning. We have landed and are in Miami right now. And as exciting as that is, if I'm being honest, yesterday was it wasn't a bad day, but it was very chaotic. And I feel like that is something that influencers don't talk about when it comes to being in Miami. It's just like the transition between being at home and then also being on vacation. Because as much as I realistically wanted it to just be like a smooth transition, sometimes it's not. And it can be a lot. I'm going to preface this by saying I've already talked about where I usually stay, where I usually get the car from, and travel details and things like that in my previous Miami itinerary that I did last year. If you plan on going with other people, make sure that you're like splitting the cost of things. I feel like that's a given, but like I'm not paying for this trip all on my own. Just like when Tyrone was like paying for the majority of the trip, like I would make sure I'd get food, I'd get a couple activities. Like I bought the hotel, I bought the car, I bought the flights, but like he's gonna get all the food, all the activities, and like all the other things that we're gonna do here. 99% of that stuff is the same. This year we got a Porsche, we got our hotel via Hilton, we stay at the Grayson, and we decided to fly JetBlue. But I do want to preface this by adding price tags to those things, because I also feel like that is something that a lot of people in the influencing world don't really talk about. So I'm going to attach price tags to it. And then I'm going to tell you guys why yesterday was so stressful, because once you hear the prices of everything, you're going to be like, okay, no, like that makes sense. That checks out. So for the flights, we fly JetBlue from Richmond, Virginia to Fort Lauderdale. We was in first class, like the third row. So that was like $500 each. Why did we spend that? Because we enjoy flying first class. For the hotel, I think we paid about $1,500. Now, I think we paid $2,300 last year, because last year we had a suite. This year we got a partial bay view with a balcony. And I need to give you that information because I want you to hold on to it when I tell you about what happened yesterday. Because even though that's what we got, that's not where we ended up. That's not where we ended up. The reason why we didn't do the junior suite that they had is because they are like building in like the middle of the city, this like huge like set of arches. I don't know. I'll like put a screenshot of it somewhere and you guys can kind of read it. So last year when we were there, we were like right next to it, so we could hear the construction every single morning. We were just like, we don't really want to do that. So we were like, if we get a partial bay view where we're facing like the bay or facing the Frost Science Museum, which is also around here, it'll be better. We really like this hotel because it's pretty close to everything. Like South Beach is like a 10-minute drive away. The Casilla Center is down the street, like you can walk. So we've been to Miami Heat games. We went to Cornucopia last year, the other creator tour. It was just very convenient for the things we wanted to do. Staff is amazing. The rooms are amazing, except that one room we were supposed to get. So that's how much we paid for hotel. And then for the car, so to get the Porsche that we have, it's a Porsche 718 Boxster 2022 in blue, which was a little bit out of our comfort zone. We usually get a black car or a white car, but the blue car is really tea. That cost $800. So roughly, I have spent so far around $3,000-ish just to get here and make sure that we can like live and do all the things. And honestly, that's not bad for the price of like, for the location that we're staying in, for the car that we've got. Like all of those things are not bad. And like personally, I'm not complaining about the price, but I do remember the first couple times that I went to Miami and I kept seeing the prices and I was just like, why is everything so expensive? And why don't I ever hear influencers or other people talking about how expensive Miami is? Let's keep in mind that I spent $3,000, and about half of that $3,000 I spent on the hotel alone. So let's get into yesterday. So we got on the plane. Plane ride was okay. It was a lot of turbulence because we were flying into Florida, we were flying into Miami, and it was raining. Like we were entering a rainy Miami. So I was already pissed off. We got here, we got off the plane. Tyrone went to go get the car. I went to go drop the bags to the hotel. Tyrone got me a lift. So Tyrone got me a lift to get to the hotel, to drop the bags off. It takes Tyrone a little bit to get here. He was like stuck in the airport trying to figure out how to drive out. And then he was driving and like a cop pulled up behind him. He didn't get pulled over, but he was just kind of like, I don't like that this cop is behind me, so I'm going to like take a wrong turn or I'm going to drive straight. He did something to kind of like get the cop from behind him. Cool. So he pulls up and it's fine. Like it's great. And we're like, all right, we're just going to chill, charge our phones for a second. Then we decided to go out to eat. We went to Wynwood. We went to the taco stand. Our standard for like tacos and stuff like that is very high. We got good food back in Richmond. And then we also go to LA, we go to New York, we go like, we've been to Mexico. So like our standard for tacos is high. That was the most mid taco that I think I've ever had. It was actually really upsetting because I left hungrier than I came. I'm a very anxious person. I don't really like to complain and I don't really like to make a fuss about things because I'm very much a person who's just like, I'm just gonna get what I get and I'm not gonna throw a fit. But I'm looking at Tyrone and I'm looking at myself and I'm looking at this room and I'm just like, this ain't gonna work. Neither of us want to be here. So we make the decision. I'm calling them. I'm just like, hey, like,
this room is fine, it's cool, but like, do you guys have any other open rooms? Like, can we get a junior suite? Because that's what we got last year. We was like, we should have just got the suite. He's like, okay, like, we have this one room available on the 15th floor. I'm like, oh, 15th floor? Okay, that's pretty high up. Da, 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 da. She was like, I'll get the bellman to come and show you the room before so you can make sure that's something that you want. Okay, cool. Bellman comes. He's great. We've seen him like every year we've been here. He's super nice. He comes, takes us to the 15th floor. Number one, we went on the main elevator. It only said it was going from the 1st to the 14th floor. So where's this 15th floor you're talking about? We get to the 14th floor. We're walking past the pool. And it's like this other like area, and it has another elevator. Why the elevator look shiesty? Elevator look broke down, run down. So everyone said the elevator looked like separate. So I was like, we were both like, okay. So we get in the elevator and we go up one floor, which is the 15th floor. We're walking to like this corner and we open the door. And like the room itself is bigger, but bigger don't mean better. The room looked darker than the first room that we had. The layout was fine. I just kind of wish that it had like more windows because like it still just didn't have any light unless you walked all the way to the back and looked at the balcony. And the balcony looked like not great either. And it was like this, like literally, this is the balcony and this is the construction. That is how much space that we have between the balcony and the construction. So in my head, I was like, this is not gonna work. Tyrone was just kind of like, what do you think? And I had this amazing pull in the back of my head. We've been to this hotel, I want to say 3 or 4 times. The first time we came was like the first time that I feel like it sealed the deal for us because the room that we had, it was standard. We only stayed for one night, but it was beautiful. We really liked it. We went back downstairs, talked to the ladies. I felt so bad because like, again, I have anxiety, so I'm just already like, bro, like, I'm sorry. I don't want to be difficult. And then Tyrone was like, you think they have something higher? Because I feel like if they had something higher, we'd feel better. So I'm like, oh my God. I call again. I'm like, y'all have another room that's higher? They're like, yes, we have a room on the 9th floor. So we wait like maybe 30 minutes for them to finish cleaning it. And then we're in the room. Burnt, exhausted, tired, done. We literally got in the room, talked for like 30 minutes, just trying to like regulate and figure out a plan and like understand where we were emotionally, because like I feel like traveling is not just a physical thing, it's an emotional thing and it's a mental thing, whether you're happy about it or whether you're like struggling to get through it. For us, it was just like struggling to like transition and settle. We were so burnt out, we both laid across the bed and we slept from like 4 to 8:30. Tired, exhausted. But like we needed that because after we woke up, we kind of got up, figured out food, figured out what we were gonna do today, and just kind of like was able to reset, which I think is very important. Like you being able to take a second and reset, no matter how bad the trip may seem. Because like honestly, none of that was like bad. It just was like a lot. Like it was just draining. And now we're here. And it's the next day, and we're gonna actually go and do things. I don't agree. So right now we're in the design district after waiting our entire day for the rain and the clouds to go away. We're at Pura Vida right now eating lunch and like walking around and seeing all like the designer stores, seeing everybody walk around with their, shopping bags and stuff like that. It has me thinking about how me being here makes me feel versus how the perception that I'm supposedly supposed to give off. Like, we all know that Miami is very aesthetic. You come here to take pictures, you come here to party, you come here to get your fits off. Like, it's all for the looks, it's all for the aesthetics. Perfect example, I know everybody has heard of Sexy Fish. The only reason people even go to that restaurant for real, is to take pictures in the bathroom. So it has me thinking, am I actually moving and doing the things that I want to do because that's what I want to do, or am I doing this because it's performative? I think the way that I have set up my vacations and my trips to Miami has been very centered around what I want to feel. I think I talked about this in my last Miami itinerary video, where the whole purpose and focus of the trips that we were going to take was around rest and restoration. I came into Miami hot as hell off of the most hectic work week of my life and 45 minutes of sleep. The whole trip needed to be surrounding rest and relaxation, but it does make me question whether my rest and relaxation is performative. Miami's very big and very known for their clubbing and partying scene. I'm not a big club goer, I'm not a big partier, but I still have that on my itinerary. So I had to kind of ask myself, do I have it on my itinerary because I actually want to go out and I want to experience what it's like to party in Miami, or am I doing it because it looks good, because I'm performing, I'm trying to give that I'm a Miami 10 in Miami. So all of that has also made me question whether I've caught myself performing for the camera as I'm filming my short form content, my long form content for YouTube, as I'm trying to get in real time the things that I'm doing and how I'm feeling about it, if I'm doing it because it's performative and like it'll look good in the vlog, or if this is like actually my experience. For me at least, the way that I best go about making sure that I'm tapped into like how I'm feeling. Number one, so that I can actually be intentional about the things that I'm capturing, I actually pause before I record anything. And I don't want to just capture things just because. And when I'm filming things like this YouTube video, for example, or like my short form content, I have a specific reason as to why I'm capturing it. And number two is I try to check in with the people around me. I have a lot of conversations with the people that are around me. So like Tyrone is with me right now, and we spend a lot of time talking about if this is something that we want to do, if this is someplace that we want to go, how we're feeling in the moment, and like how we can either move forward depending on the feelings, or like just cancel whatever we have going on. So for example, I said it earlier today, but this morning was very rainy, and for like half the day it was very gray and rainy and just not what we wanted it to be, not the aesthetic Miami that I wanted. Like our itinerary was gonna go, we were gonna go to the beach in the morning, and then we were gonna go get lunch, we were gonna go to the design district, and then we were going to go, I think, to Joya Beach, and then we were potentially gonna go out. After having that conversation and just kind of checking in with myself, checking in with Tyrone, going out for right now at least was like out of the question, because we just weren't feeling it. And like, I'm not gonna force myself to go out and go clubbing if I'm not gonna have fun, because that's the whole point of actually going out. I think that all the things I'm doing in my heart, I'm doing because they're fun. I enjoy coming to the design district, not because I can post on Instagram, but because it's a place for me to get fashion inspo from like people walking around. I really like Pure V. Like, this is probably my favorite spot in Miami, which is crazy because it's a Miami chain, but like, it's probably my favorite food spot. That's another reason why I love coming here. I like being able to window shop. There's a couple of specific stores that I like going to that I know are in this area, and it has nothing to do with the fact that, oh, like design district is the place to go. Like, it takes the performance out of it, and it's just like, okay, well, when I go to the design district, I'm gonna go to these stores, I'm gonna go to this restaurant, I'm gonna go get this matcha from this place, and then that will fill my cup enough. So that's kind of how I've been like trying to move and check in with myself and check in with people that I'm like traveling with, and like have fun, but also make sure I'm in the moment and that I'm not just doing this because it's just like the Miami thing to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back home. I think the last time that I was talking to you guys, I was giving you guys a rundown of like how it felt to be in Miami and try to like figure out what I want to do rather than trying to do what is the Miami thing. And if I'm being honest, the rest of that trip was very okay. Like, I'll just give you a rundown of like the rest of the trip that happened. So we went to Design District. That was really fun. We went to Pure Vita, which is delicious as always. I'm always recommending people to go to Pure Vita when they go to Miami. I don't care where else you go. That's like one of the only food spots that genuinely hits every single time. I ended up having to bring work with me because I am a social media manager for a client back in Richmond. So I had to bring my laptop with me. The laptop was giving me hell.
I left my charger for it at home. So after we had to go get a charger, and then we were at a point where we were just like, do we want to go out? Like, do we not want to go out? Like, what's the vibes? Me and Tamara are not very much club people. Like, we're starting to get there. So we just kind of landed on no. We did go to this bowling alley. I think it was called like Strike or something. That was all we did for that day. The next day, oh my gosh, if you don't go anywhere else to eat in Miami, go to Water. Go to Water at the One Hotel. Genuinely, that is probably one of the best restaurants that I've been to in Miami in all 3-4 years that I've gone, which is a lot because honestly, the rest of this trip, all the food was just mid. Like, it was just all okay. But Water was not. Like, Water was really, really, really good. So we went to Water, had a cute little drink, had a cute little lunch. It was really nice. It was really cute. And then we got on a boat because one thing about me and one thing about everybody is when you go to Miami, you're going to go on a boat. Now, that is one of those things where I 100% was influenced to do, would have now taken that from being something that I'm influenced to do and that other influencers do. It's something that I'm going to do when I go to Miami. I love the ocean. I love the skyline. I love it was so much fun. So after we got on the boat, I think we went back home and like took a nap and I had to go work some more. It was just a lot of like breaks in between. It was just like, we're going to do something super high energy, and then which was kind of why the trip was okay. But we also didn't end up going back out to like another bowling alley or something. We found this other place to eat called Skinny Louie's, which was really good. They have really good smash burgers. A lot of things that we did from that point on, we drove around. We got in the car, we drove around. A day after that, we went to this Kaya museum. Beautiful museum, beautiful home. The food at the cafe there is also really, really good. I got the caprese sandwich, and I think that's how I got like the quiche of the day. Delicious. We went there, we were vibing, taking pictures, walking around. You know, I had to get my little fit off, you feel me? Like, it was a great time. After that, we went to this other beach. We did a little bit of walking. But honestly, because of the trajectory of the trip, between the rain, between me constantly having to work and having a hard time with it, we were kind of like beat down at that point. We were tired and we were kind of at a point where we're like, all right, like I'm ready to go home. And it's not necessarily because of Miami itself. We were just dealing with a lot of things, but the fact that we were also in Miami, probably one of the most expensive places to go to for vacationing and just traveling and stuff. We were trying to stick within a budget. We were trying to make sure that we were recording content, that we were doing things that aligned with us. It was a lot more, it felt a lot more mentally taxing than like relaxing. And the moment that it started feeling more mentally taxing was the moment where I was just like, am I performing? And there were moments where it did feel like that. Like, for example, going back to the boat. What was beautiful, the boat was great. But because I was also trying to think in the sense of, oh my gosh, like I'm a content creator, I'm an influencer, I need to make sure that I'm capturing this content. There was times where it did feel like, you know, I was on the boat recording, not necessarily because I wanted to, but because there was an obligation attached to it, which is fine. But it does kind of take me out of the moment of being able to just like enjoy it and really enjoy the hard work that I put into actually being able to even get on a boat, because that boat was not cheap. To get a boat for like 2 hours, I think it was like $500, which is another thing that goes into the whole like performative piece of it. Is like, when you're going to these places and you're doing these things and you're trying to live this influencer lifestyle, you also have to take into consideration like doing activities. Like the boat was $500. We went to Joya Beach, that was like $350. Every time we went out to eat, that was a minimum of like $200. Like, it all really does add up. And it made me be like, okay, like, did I really need to spend $200 at this restaurant because it was good, or did I need to spend it because I wanted to get the Instagram paid off? It was a lot of back and forth when it came to that, but there were parts where it genuinely did feel like me making these decisions. Towards the end of my boat ride, I was looking out at the water. I was looking out at the city. I was looking at Tyrone. I was looking at the fact that I was even laying on the front of a boat. And there was this one song that I was listening to, and it literally felt like I was ascending. I felt like I was ascending up off that boat. And that is when I knew, all right, like, no, I wanted to be on the boat because I wanted to be on the boat. This is not performative. I felt like a lot of my trip was stolen because of work. And it was stolen because I was trying to figure out whether or not there's something that I want to do or something that like looks good. From that point on, I did really try to like take those experiences and make them mine. Like, for example, when we went bowling, I don't think I recorded any content in there. I took some pictures, but I don't think I recorded any content in there. I think it was just me and my boyfriend having a great time, being competitive, playing the arcade games, having fun bowling. And that also felt like mine because I don't really hear a lot of people talking about, yeah, no, I'm not gonna not go to the club. I'm gonna go bowling. I'm gonna go to arcade. I don't really hear people talk about that when it comes to Miami. And that did feel like something that aligned with me a lot more than going out to live and trying to like create that bubble that I talked about the last time and have fun. Even though there was a lot of points where I did feel like I was performing and I was like trying to, live up to the influencer life. While they are fun to kind of try and emulate, like that's not necessarily the truth behind going to Miami. Being a real person with a real budget who had to pay for this in real time, I think that Miami can deliver if you make it for you. You cannot do everything that the influencers and that the girlies on TikTok and Instagram are doing. Number one, it's not sustainable. These influencers, these brands, these people who do this for a living spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just to be able to post that shit online. I thought my little $250 dinner at Water was expensive. I be seeing girls go to Nobu every single night in Miami. That's gotta add up. That's not realistic for a real person. If you actually wanted to go to Miami and you are seeing the way that the other girls are living their lives and doing their things in Miami, like that's not realistic. If you are somebody who wants to go and travel but also wants to be true to themselves, you have to really sit down and figure out what you want to do, and you need to figure out what a budget looks like for you specifically. I keep talking about a budget because Miami is expensive. Like, it was really expensive, but there's so many things that you can do for free or that don't cost a whole bunch of money or like are worth the investment. You just need to figure out how that aligns with you and what you want to do. For example, I'm gonna bring up this boat one more time. I love being on the water, and I've been on a boat every single time I go to Miami. Not because it's like something that like an influencer is telling me to do, because I just love being on a boat. I love Joy Beach and it was a great time, but like Key Biscayne is also like right there. Like and it's free and it's nice and it's like real beach, real ocean. They got like a cafe on the top of the beach. Like it's beautiful, and either one of those I feel like align with what I want to be. I feel like I was talking about this in a couple of my travel videos where the goal of my trips is to rest. I need to chill out. Life is already so much that the goal is to take a break from that and to just relax and to chill. So if I get the opportunity to do that, I'm going to do that. But it only makes sense if you are tailoring it to you. When you are doing your research on Miami, on LA, on New York, on Mexico, like wherever you are going and you're doing your research and you're seeing influencers going and doing all these crazy things and you want to do them too, figure out if that's something that you actually want to do. Like, do you have interest in actually doing those things? Do you want to try them? Why do you want to try them? Like, you have to be in tune with yourself. I feel like because we are so online and being pushed and advertised and influenced and swayed in all these different directions, it gets very hard to be able to hear your own voice in your head. And it shows up in so many different areas. Like, you would think that it shows up in your day-to-day. No, it shows up in the way that you travel. It shows up in the way that you dress. It shows up in the way that you talk to people. It shows up in everything. Instances like this where you're traveling and researching are a good way to practice being able to actually hear your own voice and know what you want to do that has nothing to do with what's being pushed towards you. Overall, was it worth it? Yes. And this trip, again, didn't go the way that I wanted to, but like generally speaking, Miami is worth it. Like it's a lot of fun. I think next time I go to Miami, I really want to go beach hop. Like I just want to like go and spend 3-4 days out there, and every single day I go to a different beach and spend the whole day at the beach. I don't want to do nothing else besides lay out. But that's what I like. That's what I want to do. I don't want to really go and do anything else. And that's how I know that like the next time that I go on a Miami trip, hopefully I'll be able to put work down. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep a little bit, and hopefully I'll be able to like actually enjoy it the way that I wanted to enjoy it. But that's what it would look like for me to say that Miami's worth it. Like, what does it look like for you? Like, is it going out and clubbing every night, or is it going to like do different types of excursions? They have all types of excursions there. They have cruise ships leaves from there. You can go on a cruise, spend a couple days in Miami, and then get on a cruise. That could be really fun. You could go and do like the more nature side of things, because Miami is beautiful. The beaches are beautiful. The parks are beautiful. There's so many beautiful things to see there. You could go and go shop. I want to do that. One day I want to go with no bags and I just want to blow all of my money on shopping in Miami, because I just feel like that would be so much fun. But that's, again, aligning with what I want to do. So I am a little bit sad that the trip didn't go the way that I wanted to, and I was a little bit stressed out and not in the moment. But the moments that I did spend where I was actually like paying attention, not just paying attention, the moments that I did spend where I was in the moment and enjoying and relaxing was really, really worth it. I carry those memories with me now as I'm patiently waiting for my next trip, because I need another vacation. But yeah, that's all that I have for you guys. I just kind of want to talk about my experience in Miami as like a nano influencer, or somebody who isn't like a big influencer who is being funded to go and do on these trips. But yeah, I hope if you took anything from this video, is that listen to your own voice and figure out if the things that you're doing are because you actually want to do them or because you're performing. And let me know in the comments if anybody plans to go to Miami and what they plan to do, because I feel like I'm at a point where I've gone a good amount of times and I have a good idea of like what I want to do versus what I don't want to do. And I'm kind of looking for new things to do, new things to try, things that aren't, again, just going out and clubbing and going out and eating and like all that stuff. Comment your favorite restaurants, comment your favorite parks, comment your favorite beaches, like all those things. If you have those, please let me know. I want to go and explore as much as Miami as I possibly can, because I will be going back either this year or next year. I don't know. That's like my favorite vacation spot. No shade, no tea, like don't cover me. I might sound basic, but that's my favorite vacation spot. But this kind of kicked off the beginning of my summer traveling. I'm really excited. I think I have a couple places that I want to go, a couple weekend trips that I'm going to take you guys on. Like, it's going to be so much fun. We're going to be traveling a lot. And I can't wait for us to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was all over the place. But that's real life. And that's the whole point of me doing this, is record real life. So I will talk to you guys later then. Bye.